was your week?
It was pretty good. It was stressful. Had a lot to do this week, with business, and then yesterday I was getting ready to took pictures and because I'm gonna be in a popular Waco magazine. And so that was a trip. I was nervous for it because I had to, dress all professional, and even had a professional stylist help me put together colors and everything. I'm over there shopping with a color card, and it was pretty trippy. Yeah, so that's what I was doing all week, just getting ready for that.
Did they put makeup on you?
Nah, no makeup. Nah, no makeup. And so that's what happened this week, man. And it was pretty cool though, man. I learned all my colors that go right with my skin, and pretty dope. And so yeah.
You don't find that in the hood.
For real. Yeah.
They're gonna show you different colors, matching your face. Like,
yeah.
Hey, a white team, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. So yeah. And you?
And it's hot. All I can say is hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Hot. 103, 104 outside degrees. Attics, garages.
So you're in the HVAC business, right?
Oh yeah. Apartments. Every apartment wants AC because it's just. But it's good though.
That's booming.
I
mean, it's booming.
Oh yeah, it's going. It's going. And got so busy, I was calling other people to help. HVAC companies. Hey, I got too much.
Dang.
And last year I didn't have that.
Yeah.
This year I had to pass on and referrals to someone else.
How long you been in business?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
That's crazy. How long you been out?
4 years.
4 years. So he gets out, bro. And in 1 week, was it 1 week or 2 weeks?
1 week.
1 week, he already had an HVAC job.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Something I prayed on too. Exactly the way I prayed it happened. I want to start with a small business that was barely growing so I can grow with them.
And learn.
Yeah. A business of being out here. I knew how to do HVAC, just didn't know how to do it out of here as far as the business wise.
Yeah.
And man, I tapped in and I started learning. I started growing with them in the business, and before you know, it's like, God bless you, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I got to go my way now.
Yeah, that's crazy. Bro, 1 week, straight out of prison, 15, 16 years in federal prison, comes out 1 week, boom, got a job. That's crazy.
That's the first thing I said. Look, I've been locked up. Like, okay, let's look at your record. Let's see what happens. It's like, okay, I just want to let you know right now.
Yeah.
Let's get this on top of the table and let's be clear about it. What'd you get locked up for? Money laundering, drug trafficking. Okay. And then top it all off, there were a godly family, godly company.
Yeah.
So they knew that I was a believer. The way I spoke to them was like, well, I believe, God transforms and returns around people around for the better good, And it's like, oh, you're a Christian? It's like, yes. And we just locked in, and it's like, all right, go take a drug test, let's go.
That's
it. I got hired.
Yeah. That's dope. That's that's what you call a hustler by heart, entrepreneur. Getting a job, learning from them. You already got a mission. Like, I'm finna get this job, but I'm gonna learn everything I can, and then I'm gonna go out there and start my own thing. So that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, already, man. Let's dive into it, man, already, cause man, boy, everybody online were being blessed, and then you had people that were drilling. Because last week, the last episode, we talked about how, how you had that bad feeling at the club, and you end up going home, and you went home and found my mom with a pistol in her mouth because she was fed up behind the stuff that you were putting her through. There was a lot of stuff. And then we went into the first day, the day you got sentenced at the Waco Federal Courthouse. And, after that, you went in a cell at that courthouse and you ended up turning a member of the Aryan Brotherhood. You turned them on to Christ, which is crazy. But going back to the situation, people drilling you online.
Oh yeah.
You know, because people are just seeing it short.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, they seen, dang, you know, this guy. They don't know the for you, because this. I mean, over I forgot 2-3 million people seen that short. And there's a lot of people encouraged, like, you know, women coming out and be like, man, you know, I'm going through the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you had some people that were drilling you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Deadbeat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Which is understandable, because no one should ever say yes to something like this and agree with and say that's okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. There's a lot of women who are advocates for women who are going through something like that.
Yeah.
And I praise you for that. You don't have a closed mouth. You know, you have to speak on awareness of.
Yeah, you got to.
You know, something we talked about last time is that sometimes in families, and whether it's the husband or the wife, they grew up that way and they end up in their marriage thinking it's okay, this is the way of life.
Yeah.
And it isn't.
Yeah. And that's why we wanted to talk on it, man, because so many people are going through that. You know, and sometimes, and a lot of times it may not be that extreme, you know. You know, but they're still accepting a lifestyle that's not okay, whether it's something big like that or something small, you know. And so we want to make people aware that, like, that's not okay.
That's right.
You know. And so, so going back to the stuff y'all were going through in y'all's marriage, like, can you tell us a little bit more, like, what y'all were experiencing? You know what I mean?
The experience, well, first of all, when you selling dope, when you selling drugs, that lifestyle is a totally different lifestyle than your normal lifestyle of a family.
Yeah.
You got chaos, you got drama, you got toxic relationship, because now as a dope boy, you're doing things that you don't supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And it goes with the lifestyle.
Yeah.
When you sell drugs, you get prideful, you get lustful. You done made a pact with the devil and sit there and say, hey, I receive what you give me, because that's basically what we do.
Yeah.
Whether you like it, you never said those words or not, you make a pact with the devil. So the devil comes over and brings everybody, his whole crew, to invest themselves inside your soul. So now you got lust, you got womanizer, you got usage of drugs, you got all these things.
Yeah. So like, even like the day that you got offered that $260,000, like, all you seen was the money, but what you didn't see was underneath that iceberg that had all these ugly situations that would have come.
Yeah.
You know, come with it.
That's right.
Yeah.
The devil paints a pretty picture.
Yeah.
He paints a pretty picture, but he doesn't show you the full picture.
Yeah.
Everything that comes with it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, it is on steroids. It's something that's just so.
So how to get to that point? Like, a lot of people wondering, like, man, I know you're explaining it right now, but how did it get to that point of her being that, like, helpless, like her being down in that dark hole, for her to do that? You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's just not being the man I'm supposed to have been. Being the leader, the one who's supposed to lead the family in the right direction.
Yeah.
I think every woman wants security, and not just by money.
Yeah.
Security of a family.
Yeah.
And I turned away from that. I thought my security was money. Security to provide everything for y'all. And it was totally opposite. Money didn't bring love. It brought nothing but mess. Money brought lust. Money brought addiction. Money brought being a womanizer, alcohol, and everything else you could think of. For me, it brought something totally different.
Yeah.
So when it came to that, man, I left and didn't look back. I went forward and said, hey, and I didn't think about it consciously. I did not think about it. It's just the way the way it took me.
Mm.
And I was down that far that I couldn't understand how I got this far.
Mm.
Yeah, so it was chaotic.
Yeah.
Let me say this is the majority of the time that I was gone, it was because of a woman.
Yeah.
If I was with another woman, then I was with another woman. That was another woman. I had these relationships with these. Okay, so I'm steady hurting the family because of woman, and then I'm going out of town because of drug deals. Then I'm going out of town for just to have fun for my own self. And then I'm going drinking binges. Then I'm having cocaine binges. I mean, when I say that when we used to bring the dope in, it used to come in, and I used to do what I had to do, spread it all around. But we had to do, hey, come and pick this up. Come and pick this up. Hey, come and pick this up. By the night's over with, I'm grabbing a key of cocaine, put it on top of the table, and we're gonna have a party. And we're just going at it. So now I'm gone. So all these things are stopping me from coming home because I'm allowing it to, because this is what I wanted to do.
So that's why you would be gone. Because a lot of times you were gone for days. And so that's what you were doing then. Because I really never just really thought about, like, what was he doing? I knew you were in the streets, but I didn't know, a lot of the stuff, being with other women. So dealing with all that, that's what put my mom in that position of putting that pistol in her mouth. Because, man, like, when you really think about it, listening to that short, it, like, really, it messed me up. And I know it messed a lot of people up.
Oh, yeah.
And so was that one of the other, was there another time you caught my mom in a situation like that? Or,
I mean, there's so many situations that happened. The hurt was there, the pain was there. I wanted to get out of the relationship. The only thing that was keeping me was y'all. I had 1,000 excuses why, but none of those excuses were legitimate because they were not legitimate. I mean, I knew there was some type of conscience within me. That's not good enough. Okay. So it was always chaos. I come home, we didn't talk, we didn't discuss nothing. We discussed about y'all, but other than that, it was just we're two different people living in one house.
Y'all were physically together, but y'all were emotionally separated.
So I remember when it went to, I think it was a quinceañera at the Mojo. Took us to the Mojo, and anytime your mom started to drink, I'm like, oh heck, I know someone's gonna come behind it. So it's like, no, I'm not gonna drink a lot. I'm not gonna drink a lot. So you drink 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers. By the 7th beer, I tell you, sit there, you freaking bastard. I'm like, what the heck? Chill. You ain't what the damn. You ain't not a good father. You nothing but a freaking drug dealer. I'm saying it loud. She's taking shots. And this time I had one of my cousins with me. He's like, hey, let's go somewhere else. She can help me with her. All right, then let's go. I said, let's go to a different spot. So we get in the truck. You get on the access road of I-35. And we stop at a store. And I think we put in gas. And then we got out of the store. And I-35, the access road was about to jump into the access road to get on I-35. Well, I had a certain song on. And she didn't like the song. And she changed it, and I put it back. She said, this reminds you of your chick or whatever. Called her a B and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, chill. And I changed it again. She hit me.
Oh, she
hit me.
Oh, she's in your face.
Oh, yeah.
Like, still up. Wow.
So I grabbed her by the face, and I chunked her to the side, and we started boxing right on the access road of I-35. We just started boxing each other. I'm like, what the freak? And my cousin in the back, she'd never seen something like that. She's like, y'all stop. Y'all stop. She's grabbing my gold chain, because I had a big old gold chain. I'm trying to fight her, and I'm going up the access road now. And I just punch her real quick. And she said, I can't stand you. She opens the door and throws herself out of the vehicle while we're going to I-35. And I stop immediately. And the moment that I stopped, I parked, I didn't hear nothing. My cousin's yelling out of her mouth. I'm talking about she just yelling and screaming like, oh, my God. Man, I get out the vehicle. The wheel is on the side of her head like this.
Oh, my God.
And it's about to run over her head, but she's just like, huh? Like she was like kind of dazed in a way. and got up laughing like she was not all there. And then she's like, yeah, you got scared, didn't you? And then she snapped at her and started hitting me again. And then people started to pull over, like, you okay? You okay? We seen this. Man, I got spooked, grabbed my cowboy hat and my gun, and I took off running down I-35 on the other side. I took off running. I was like, I don't know what to do. I was so messed up in my mind, thinking about everything else, and I'm thinking that your mom's gonna just say something, whatever, the cops are coming. I just got scared, took off running. Had to call one of my uncles to come pick me up. I hid behind some apartments. It was dysfunctional in every way. It was so toxic, and I brought all this to myself. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just on another level of toxic, man. And a lot of people, you know, some people even drilled my mom, like, why would you? A lot of people say, why would you stay in a relationship like that? You know? And I think it goes back to growing up in toxic environments, you know, because it always goes back. If you grew up in that environment, then it's just normal to you. So it's like, I guess this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that
you come to say it's okay. And if other women are going through the same thing, they end up talking to each other. Yeah, girl, I'm going through this, or we're going through that. Then you find other people who are going through the same situation. They're not doing nothing about it. So now I feel like, okay, it is normal because I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
And the cycle keeps on going and nothing changes.
Yeah.
Nothing changes at all.
Yeah.
Because
you're basically with other people that are kind of going through the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, girl, let's just go drink.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? And try to drown that out, you know, that pain for the night, you know what I mean, with substances, you know, drinking, whatever. Yeah.
It takes other people. Well, I should say this. They were around like-minded people.
Yeah.
Instead of being the opposite and being around like-minded people who's going to speak life into you.
Yeah.
We chose, or maybe she chose, or somebody out there chooses to be with the like-minded people they're going through so they can have some type of sympathy and empathy over their lives, but we're going to drown it like this. We're going to cure it for this moment. We're going to do this, that.
And I remember Mom she tried, because I remember that one time she took Adrian and Angelisa, they went to go live with my grandpa's for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Was that like a one-time thing, or was there several times?
Oh, that's not the first time.
Oh, okay. I just remember that one time that she left and I stayed with you, you know.
So she called the cops before me.
Yeah, I remember that too, like waking up at 2 a.m, laws are putting a flashlight in my face. Wake up, what's going on?
But they couldn't take me.
Okay.
Because I was in my house.
Yeah.
They're talking, please leave Mr. Fajardo. I said, yeah, it's your mind. I've been drinking all day.
Yeah.
You gonna get a DWI down the street? No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I can't leave. This is my house. And I would sit there and come out like if I was a lawyer talking to these officers.
Yeah.
And they would get so pissed off. It's like, man, I gotta get you out of here. And I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't go. I mean, I guess you could try it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think the last thing was for her just to even tell the laws that I was selling dope. That's the thing that was my biggest fear, but she never did that. But that was the biggest fear that I had. That she had enough. You can push a woman so much that she's at a winning point where she'll do whatever it takes. Her way was leave this world.
Yeah. Let's fast forward to the prison system. You know, so what happened after the federal courthouse. You got sentenced to 23 years in federal prison. What happened after that?
They we talked about that last week. Yeah.
So you
got sentenced.
You got sentenced. Aaron Brotherhood came to Christ.
He came to Christ. Man, after that, they took me, got my rest of my fingerprints done, took my clothes off, gave me my little orange jumpsuit, and sent me to the third floor, or the first floor, I think, of the infamous glass house. Everybody knows about that glass house. Back then, it's closed now. And I didn't know how to process it. So now I'm here. And I didn't know how to process 20-something years in prison.
Yeah.
Everybody walking up to me, people who knew me or whatever, people from the streets, hey, you home right? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's going on? You know, everybody knows you by your street credit. You know, little they know that I already gave my life to Christ. Little they know that I already had made that decision to give my life to Christ before I even got locked up.
Yeah.
Okay. And
we're gonna talk about that at the very end, because that's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we ended up getting there, and I started opening the Bible up. I started reading the Bible more. You know, I was already reading the Bible, but I would sit down in my little cell and read the Bible, and then I'd come out, sit on top of the table, and somebody would walk up like, hey, man, what you reading? I didn't know much about the Bible. I knew how to open it up and read it, but not to give no Bible study. Well, here in Matthew 3, it talks about so-and-so and so-and-so, and it talks about Christ, and all right, well, read something. Before you know, we had a big old Bible study. One person pull up, second person pull up, fourth person pull up. Now we're praying for people. Now we're praying for petitions. We're praying for mothers who are out there with their kids by themselves. Now we're praying for people's children that are drug addicted. I mean, grown men are in there just life sentences, and now they want prayer. And God was using me to do that. And before you know, we had a big Bible study, and I think it was about a week had passed by. That same dude, that Aaron Brotherhood, I told him, whatever you do, go to church, man. At the glass house, you have a big glass that you can see to the other side. So they had a elevator, and that elevator, you have to go all the way to the first floor to go to church. So we were in the first floor. So everybody was in the fourth, third, second. They would have to come down that elevator to go to church. And it was that Sunday. And I seen a lot of people. Everybody look at the glass, see who's coming out of the elevator. And sure enough, man, I seen that kid, that young man, come out with his Bible, and he's waved at me, talking about, hey, dang, church, man.
That's crazy.
That's what you got. That's what you have for me.
Bro.
Go do my will. And I couldn't understand that. But now I knew. I think I stayed there for about a month, and then they put a separate T on me. So that means that when someone doesn't want you in that prison, they have to separate you. So now they sent me down to Highway 6. So they didn't want me to be there at that prison. They wanted me to be separate from them. So anyways, I ended up going over to Highway 6, and we started another Bible study. God used me to use another Bible study. And now Highway 6 is a little bit different. They have people who go into TDC. They have people going to feds over there. You have all kinds of people that you probably met or known or whatever. And everybody's trying to recruit you. Hey, man, when you get down to the feds, meet with my homeboys, do this and do that. It's like, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. You see what I'm doing there. So, all right, bro. I'm just letting you know we got your back. So everybody's trying to recruit everybody before you get over there. Finally, maybe about 3 months, finally the day came. Let's go. Put us in chains, took us to the bus, got us on a bus, went to Austin. From Austin, the airplane, Con Air showed up. They had like 4 airplanes out there. 3 airplanes, let's hit that back. And they had buses of people. I'm talking about we're all just numbers. Just chained up, U.S. Marshals there. They get us on the airplane. Here we go. We're going to Oklahoma. And you just steady. One thing about it, God always puts people in front of you. And so many people were just like giving me escuela. They were schooling me. before I get to the big house. They were schooling me, hey, do this, hey, don't do this. The do's and don'ts inside federal prison. And finally we get to Oklahoma. It's a big old center where everybody comes in, and then from there they distribute to what prison you're gonna go to. You get a number, and from there they distribute to wherever prison you're gonna go. And it's a airport, but they house nothing but federal inmates in that airport. And finally they told me, hey, you're going to Beaumont. And I'm asking people, hey, what's Beaumont about? I'm like, oh shoot, you going to bloody Beaumont? I'm like, hey, never been locked up before. I don't know what places to go. You know what? To start asking other people who I was there for about a week. Hey, I ever heard of bloody Beaumont? I'm like, heck no, I hate that place. Well, nobody gonna like prison, but the place where you can do your time more comfortable. Finally, I was there for about a week. Then they shot me to Beaumont. Man, we're out there in the boonies, this swamp area. And we drove a bus from Oklahoma all the way to Beaumont. When we get there, it's nothing but trees all the way around, but there's nothing around there for miles. Nothing. And it's a four complex. The USP, the medium, the low, and the camp. And we're dropping people off at. Started with the camp. Then they went to the low, and they're calling their names out. Who's getting off, who's getting off, who's getting off. And then we go to the USP, like, man, I hope they don't drop us off at the USP. We already heard about that. They called everybody's name out, and we're the last ones. They didn't call my name, went to the medium. All right. When you get off the bus and you get into to check in, they put your fingerprints all over again. They give you different clothes to wear. Finally, after they done took pictures of all your tattoos, you've been with a gang, whatever, you got to explain to them what you've been, what you done. They already know, but they want you to tell them, you know, what you're here for. Like, all right, we're going to let you in the compound. If you can't walk in this compound, let us know. I was like, I don't got nothing to hide. I got my paperwork. I've never been locked up before. All right. As soon as they open the doors to go to the compound, it's already about 8:30. Man, you can feel a certain wave of, I can't explain it, but it's just something that just like, it's not good. That feeling, it's like a feeling that anybody who's hit a compound before, at Beaumont, it's a feeling of just, man, I'm walking with my stuff and they're taking me to the dorm. And that feeling is just like, man, like death. And walking in the dorm, everybody's just looking around, looking at me, you know. We got a new guy in there. So everybody's looking like, man. Everybody walking up to me, hey, where you from? Waco. Oh, you from Texas? Yeah. All right, hey, you're from Texas. All right, going to my cell. We get some guys come in, like, hey, who you running with? Like, none, nobody. Solano.
What's Solano mean?
I mean, you're by yourself.
Okay.
You ain't running with no one.
Okay.
And you got to run with someone. I ain't running with no one. I said, I come do my time by myself. And he like, I know you got to run with someone. Then another guy comes in. It's like, look, man, we're from Texas. I'm from McAllen. It's like, man, shout out to everybody from 956 out there in McAllen. Man, he looked out. He like, hey, man, I know you from Texas, homie, but you got to run with somebody here. I said, look, man, I'm not going to run with no one, man.
Ben, who you running with?
Why not, man? You know what I'm saying? That. You got to run with somebody. He's like, nah, man. I said, I'm not running with no one. Can't do my time by myself. I'm going to go out by myself. It's like, matter of fact, Cristiano, I'm not trying to hide behind the word. Like,
you said what?
Cristiano.
Christian, okay.
Yeah, Christian. I said, I'm not trying to hide behind the word. This is who I am. I don't got nothing to hide. You got your paperwork? I said, yeah. Out there, they don't school me about it. Some of the paperwork tells you everything what you've done.
Okay.
From the course, like, yeah, I get it. Y'all need it? I get it. All right, let me go tell these dudes because they think that you're gangbanging. As a matter of fact, take off your shirt. So you have like 4 of the guys, check out all my tattoos. What's up, sorry.
So you basically doing you in orientation right now.
Yeah. That's what your orientation.
Yeah.
And they're trying to see who you are, who you at with. Even if you did anything in the streets with anybody who don't belong there, they're trying to figure it out.
Dang.
because you could be somebody you're not supposed to be. You know, on the cool, hiding. It's like, dang, I didn't know that. I didn't know the policies of prison.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. So he went to go talk to somebody else, like, oh, man, they want you to check in. Like, check in with us, check in, man. He said, they want you to leave because you ain't running with nobody. It's like, I ain't finna check in. Some other guy told me this. He schooled me too. He's like, look, man, whatever you do not check in. Whatever you do not check, because if you do, you go to another spot, they're going to smash you over there too because you checked in. They might not even know why, but they're going to find out you checked in because the prison system in the United States of America, it is small and people will find you. You know, so they'll find out where you're at, where you're going, whatever. The prison system in America is small. Okay, so it's like, I ain't checking in. This is what it is. I went back. They left, and they started. I was looking at the window out of my cell. Y'all started to group up. I said, oh, here we go. I guess if it's a jump, they're finna get stabbed, whatever it had to take. But I told God, I said, look, God, I said, I used to do a lot of things out here in the streets, but I gave my life to you now. About wanting to go and do whatever it takes, but I'm going to leave my life into your hands, like I said, like I told you before. I give my life over to you. So I'm going to ride or die no matter what. So if they're going to take me out because of what I believe in, I guess today I'm going to be a martyr. And it is what it is. I'm going to roll with it. And sure enough, they came back like, hey, man, you got 5 minutes. Make up your mind. Dang. That's like, it is what it is. Let's go. They took off. Another group came in. They just looked at me and said, what you going to do? I said, I ain't riding no one. All right. The dude from my college left. He went to go talk to his homeboys. Came back with 3 other homeboys. Like, look, man, they're going to check you out. They're going to look you up, see what's going on. You got to tomorrow morning. Look, but they ain't going to mess with you today, man. You from Texas, we're going to take care of you. I said, all right, we're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of our people here from Texas. I said, all right, bro. We said, don't worry about it. Nobody ain't going to do nothing to you. He goes some shower shoes. He goes some soap. He goes some soap bars. You don't have to pay us back. Don't worry about it. I said, nah, man, don't worry about it. I said, look, man, just take it. You don't owe no one nothing, man. All right, I took it. Went to sleep. Woke up the next morning. Some other dudes came and hollered at me. Some brothers came and hollered at me. Some Christians. Came say, hey, man, come on, let me talk to you outside. I said, who are you? I said, where's that Ronald's, bro? Don't worry about it. You good. Let me talk to you real quick. They took me outside. We walked around. We talked. All right. Man, it's like interrogation left and right.
Yeah.
Was it? I think by the end of the day, one of the dudes who had the keys to the place, whatever, was in our dorm. And about 6 Mexicans came to my cell and said, hey, come here, man. They want to talk to you real quick in the cell over here.
And this guy ran the whole...
Yeah, he's one of the big guys who runs because certain groups run the whole prison.
Okay.
So he called me into his cell and was like, hey, come inside my cell, man. I'm like, I looked at all these guys, I looked at him like, don't worry, nothing's going to happen to you. It's all right, come inside. Walked in, it's like, look, man, we checked you out. What you going to do? I was like, look, man, I'm running by myself. Solano, I don't need no help from no one. This is who I am. I don't know what else to tell you. All right, just do your time, stay out the way. Don't bother no one. You're going to be all right. I'm going to let you run. I'm going to let you run in this place. All right. Walked out. That was it. My interrogation was over with. The brothers came and, man, they gave me a lot of support, man. They gave me some clothing. I didn't have no commissary. They gave me some clothing, man. They shared the word with me. It's like, look, man, sorry you're here. This is the first time I experienced anything like this as a Christian. Like, hey, want to pray for you, want to pray for your family, want to pray that, that God enlightens you. He gives you understanding of what's happening, what's going on, because you're transitioning from the world into here, and you need prayer for that, man. But just letting you know that God loves you, and you're not by yourself here. Man, those were the most encouraging words I heard. And that was the beginning of my walk as a believer in prison. 3 days later, it was about a week. What they did in Beaumont, they would have like certain things that like bands outside that people would practice bands. Like there would be rock and roll. There would be rap, Christian bands out there, but inmates. And a brother said, hey, man, let's go outside, man. The brothers going to be playing out there. Like, all right, let's go outside. And the brothers were playing, and we're there under the pavilion, and we're just listening, jamming out. They had some good songs that they had wrote themselves, and they were singing. And we're looking towards the pavilion, the basketball courts to the back that way. And all of a sudden, man, it felt like an eerie feeling again, that feeling that I had when I walked into that prison. What the heck? And I turned to my left, and I see people walking backwards, looking towards the basketball. And me and a brother, we turned around, we at the basketball court. There was a dude on the floor, big old puddle of blood. The dude had a shank. He was just stabbing him, and no one came around. There was no officer. Nobody was stopping this dude. I'm like, what the freak? What the heck is going on? And the dude was just stabbing that dude. He stabbed him so many times. He stabbed him in the neck. He stuck his knife in his eye, shoved his boot inside, stabbed him in the neck, picked up his arm, stabbed him on the side. And I'm talking about that shank was long, and it's like, the brother said, let's start praying right now for this guy. We don't know who he is. Man, we started praying for this dude. Wow. I said, he's dead. He's dead. There's no way. In that moment, reality hit me. It's like, all right, Lord, I know where I'm at. Dang, I know where I'm at. And it was crazy. I never see something like that. I seen people get shot, stuff like that I hear in the world, and there's a whole different story. And we prayed for that guy. We prayed so much. After that, went to Bible study. We prayed for that guy again. He got air flighted out of there. And all this happened. That dude was about to go home 3 days and 3 days. And he owed $10. He owed $10, but because he said, hey, I'm going to put it on your books. We all know that if you owe money and somebody tells you, hey, when I get it, I'm going to put it on your books, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And they were homeboys. The other dude, he had 70 years in prison. They had barely got sentenced like 2 years before that. And they were drinking together. And the guy said, hey, you going to give me my money today? He's like, no, I'm going to put it in your books. And he laughs. That guy got stabbed. He was trying to kill him. They air flighted that guy out. We never heard nothing. About 2 months later, all of a sudden, hey, man, remember that guy that got air flighted out? He got stabbed 50 times. Damn. And each time that guy stabbed him in his neck, his sides, missed a main artery, and he's still alive today. Wow. They had to do plastic surgery in his eyes, all on the side. I mean, wow. He's hurt, but he's still alive. And God saved him from that.
That's crazy.
That was the beginning of my walk in bloody moment.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's tripping.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, that's crazy, man. And you're just facing the reality, basically, of your consequences. Like, these are your consequences, but even in that bad, it's like, it's also like your faith is also deepening in some crazy way.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like being tested like that. Because a lot of people, they call it jailhouse Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of people hide behind it.
Yeah.
But just seeing you being tested like that behind your faith, because the easy route is joining.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say?
Oh, yeah, because now you got people that's going to back you up.
Yeah.
No matter what. They're going to back you up no matter what. And over here, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Even if you're with the brothers ain't going to back you up because they got their own life.
Yeah.
They got to get out of here. They want to go into if they have an out date, they're not going to try to get in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's just on you on your own. A lot of people say, oh, there's no easy life to the Christian walk. Yeah. Now you have to deal with people who think that you're soft. They're going to try you.
Yeah.
People say, oh, he's just a Christian. He's hiding. Hey, no. You're going to get tried. They're going to try to do certain things. They're going to, your patience is going to be tried constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to make a conscious decision what you want to do. You gonna box it out? You gonna do this? You gonna do that? Or you gonna trust and believe in God, what God's gonna do for you on your behalf?
Which leads us to what we're gonna share about on the next one. When it was about to be a riot in Beaumont, and something happened. But we're gonna stop it there. We'll wait to the next one. But the next episode, we're gonna put a twist to this. Don't see about it. But the next episode. Yeah, so yeah, man, I think that's, the relationship stuff, man. I think that's going back to that is just crazy,
Yeah. I looked at and I reflected on everything that I used to do while I was there. I mean, now you're sober. Now you know how to think and ponder on things that, man, how did I get this far?
Yeah.
Literally for a while, for a minute, I was numb to being in prison. Maybe about a year later, I was walking the track one day, and I think like,
Track where in there?
yeah,
Oh,
back
okay.
inside there. A lot of people walk that track. All of a sudden, it hit me. It's like, I'm locked up. How in the heck did I get here?
Like, I can't even imagine how you're feeling. Like, you're how old were you? 29, 30?
28.
28 years old, bro. How old have you been? 34. I'm 33. I turned 34. No, I'll turn 33 this month. But 28, a 28-year-old walking the compound known as Bloody Beaumont, and you got 23 years in prison. Like, I can't imagine that feeling.
You start to understand the consequences of what you caused in your life after that. Because everybody thinks about the drug life that, oh man, I'm making money, I'm balling, I got this, I got diamonds, I got women, I got all these cars. But they know that sooner or later that ticket has to come in and somebody got to pay for it. See, I think it's easy. I think it's easy life, but when those fans come to you, they finally take everything from you, not reality has hit. You ain't the person that you thought you were out here in the streets in there. You're just a number. You're just like everybody else in there. You might have a little bit of money, but other than that, what can you do? You just have commissary bags full of stuff. People splurging because you got more suits than somebody else. It ain't like out here. All for what? For a little short time being out here having money. For nothing.
It's called backward hustling.
Backwards hustling, man. If you have that mentality to put out here to do it the right way.
Think about it. Like, so many people in the federal system are entrepreneurs like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, they were led astray, and, but man, if people only put that, and a lot of people are like you, because even though you came out, we know a lot of people that the majority of people go back to prison. But you came out and you applied yourself as an entrepreneur and came out and got a job. No excuses. Then you turned around, learned everything, and took it and started your own business, And so, and you're good at it. It's natural. Not everybody can start a business. Most businesses fail after 2 years, and you're still here and you're growing, and so I think that's just so crucial, man. But anyway, next episode finna be crazy. So we're gonna leave it at that, and we're gone.
All right. It's good.